One thing that's huge is Ray Lewis. He's an NFL Hall of Fame linebacker. I mean, he's awesome. Yep. And Ray, whether you like what he did or does off the field or on the field, one of the things that Ray Lewis impressed me about his career was that when he retired, a lot of the interviews he gave about why he did it, it was like, hey, I'm just simply not willing to put the level of work into it that I need to be at that top level again. But he did it every year. He was the hardest working guy. He knew what it took to win on the field. But he wasn't one of those guys who tried to stay on the field while not being willing to put in the work. It was like once he got to a point where he realized, okay, I want to spend that time I was spending working out with my family and we'll go into a different stage. But he didn't try to stay in the game while not putting in the work.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of entrepreneurs, we get guilty of trying to stay in the game without putting in the work. Do you see that a lot?
That's pride, Clay. Pride really crumbles your ability to grow your business with relevancy, and companies have closed over this thing called pride. I would always encourage a person to be cloning themselves, because there is going to become a time where either one, your mindset is just not there anymore. You've chosen that you want to do other things. Maybe you want to travel and do whatever. Maybe your physical health doesn't allow you to do it. If you've not planned for that in a growing business, it will fail.
Now, Brian, here's a notable quotable. Napoleon Hill, the most successful self-help author of all time, once said, "Cherish your visions and your dreams, as they are the children of your soul, the blueprints of your ultimate achievements." How big of a role have your visions and dreams played in the overall level of success that you've been able to have at this point?
It's a huge piece for me, Clay. True entrepreneurs are always having a vision or a theme about what they're going to do. I operate my business in themes. I like for my team members and my associates and people that I'm mentoring to know, what is my vision for this? And then I want to follow it up with, this is what our theme's going to be. In fact, our theme this year for my business is to be not just in the community, but be a part of it. And my team is now being trained to and working from that very theme of just being a part of our community, not just in it, so that we can connect with people. I've learned with my team that the extent in which I care about my team is going to be the extent in which they care about my clients. And so I want to make sure I have a place where everyone matters. I'm learning all the time that when I come in and I connect with my team, no matter how busy I am, they're going to go connect with my clients the very same way that I've connected with them. So vision and theme are big. They all play off that one thing that we've talked about all day, which is culture.
If I'm watching this right now and I am pumped up, I've got big visions. I have this vision, for some reason, I'm kind of, maybe I'm a little bit unique, but I have this vision of riding a unicorn up to an exploding just awesomeness. I have these big dreams, but I'm having a hard time of getting any traction. I for some reason, cannot get on the unicorn. I can't get any traction, can't get any momentum going. What advice would you have for me?
You know, you've got to be the nucleus. And when you talk about your staff or the people that are going to help you build your business, you got to understand how important they are. And I learn every day that entrepreneurs, executives, leaders, business owners are out there letting other people train their leaders. And I think that's a phenomenal mistake. I think the very best business people are training and programming the mindset and cloning themselves through other people directly instead of letting other people do it and hoping it turns out right.
Well, okay, let me ask you this then here. The notable quotable, again, from Napoleon Hill, he says, "Any idea, plan, or purpose may be placed in the mind through repetition of thought." Turning your dream into reality, repetition of thought. How do you repeat the thought or the big idea or the plans or the purpose on a daily basis so they don't just drift away and not happen?
You know, what comes down to living a life worth imitating is that you've got to be disciplined. You've got to constantly be doing the things that you already know how to do. Some people forget that constant training and practicing is really what got you where you were at in the first place. And if you forget to do those things or they don't become important to you anymore, you'll figure out that you're not very good at it anymore. And one of the things that I still do is people say, "Oh, you've got tons of staff calling on people asking them to become clients. What do you do with your time?" Same thing. Because I'm never going to ask any of my staff to do things I'm not already doing or willing to do myself. And so when my staff sees me doing the same things that I ask them to do, they get better at what they do.